Ant-Man and the Wasp flew into theaters and is already on its way to be a box office success. Not surprising since the Marvel brand seems to be bulletproof. Or is it? I'm Ben Davies, this is Pure Hollywood. Ant-Man and the Wasp was made for about $130 million and is already projecting to be a box office success. Now this film has multiple new characters, most of which are women, which normally I wouldn't even think or care about, but this is 2018 in the world of derangement left syndrome. So unfortunately I have to consider the possibility that these actresses are being placed there not to create a more compelling story and add to it, but to push a specific agenda. So does that happen? Let's find out. As a viewer, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Ant-Man stays true to his tiny form. This is not some cliche world-ending doomsday clock that the heroes must save. No, this is an intimate crime thriller kind of drama. It's our characters and our heroes dealing with problems that are much more close to home and more intimate, which makes it really relatable and fun to watch. It's funny, the special effects are great, the action also propels the story forward, and really just makes it a good watch from start to finish. Now, as a critic, I'm gonna give this movie a 4 out of 5. First off, the casting for this movie is done very well. Michelle Pfeiffer is wonderful as always. I can't believe she's 60. That's crazy. Lawrence Fishburne is also always fantastic in every movie. Elvin Lilly is wonderful, and Paul Rudd is just... he's great as Ant-Man. Now, where this movie does suffer is the same way in most stories suffer. A hero is only as good as the antagonist they're put against. How good is the villain? And the villain in this movie is Ghost, and it misses the mark for really self-inflicted reasons. Social justice reasons. The original Ghost in the comic books, like most of their villains, are very well-drawn, deep, and complicated characters with a great origin story to justify their actions. In the original comic books, Ghost was a socially awkward, brilliant engineer who had these weird abilities, and he's working for a tech company. The giant tech company hires an actress to be his new partner, specifically to make him fall in love with her, so he would stay there and continue to work for them, make him tons of money. Now this actress, the love of his life, dies, and so in new pursuits, trying to find new ideas, new things, he ends up accidentally hacking the tech company and finding out that she was hired by them specifically to fall in love with him, but that they actually did fall in love, and she began blackmailing the company in an attempt to free Ghost, and so they had her killed. And because of this, he becomes the villain. He's absolutely ripped apart. He becomes an anti-capitalist anarchist. Now that's a great story, right? But there's two things wrong with that in 2018. First off, he's a man. Second, you can't have a villain be anti-capitalist. That's the hero's jobs. So what do? Well, we have another puddle-deep cliche villain whose origin makes absolutely no sense. Now, obviously, first, Ghost is a woman. And they really point this out to you in the opening scene with her where she attacks the heroes, and they're like, oh, who is this guy? Who was that guy? Like you somehow didn't notice that she's 5'6", has a beach body covered in spandex. And they're somehow supposed to show that you're surprised that Ghost would be a girl, even though we just saw the Wasp, who was a 5'6", 120-pound supermodel, beat down 10 armed guards with her bare hands about 5 minutes ago. But then we go back to Ghost's origin story, and stop me if you've heard this one before. Her dad is a genius, and only because of discrimination and oppression, he has to work on his own on these really dangerous projects. And of course, both of her parents die in a freak accident, and she gets these powers. But don't worry, who comes to save the day? The evil CIA picks Ghost up and ends up studying and helping her with their powers, try to eliminate the pain, and even building her own suit to help her in her daily life deal with these new abilities and pain. But of course, they have to weaponize her because the only export apparently in the United States economy is violence. And they make her do bad things. And brace yourself, they end up trying to kill her. Why? For absolutely no reason. Boom! Ghost is born. Now, this is kind of nitpicky, but I do care because the original story I think is great. The original origin story for Ghost, and it would have worked great in this movie. But anyway, my faith and values is a 4 out of 5. Family is huge in this movie, as seen by Paul Rudd, Ant-Man. His relationship with his daughter is absolutely wonderful. He gives everything to this girl. He tries to do everything he possibly can to be the best father for her. Also, the Wasp and her relationship with her father is wonderful. He's a great father figure to her. The entire motivation of the story is trying to find her mother. The traditional conservative family values is promoted all over this film in every single relationship, and how important it actually is, as seen most prominently actually in the Ghost story and Lawrence Fishburne's character. But what's great is he becomes that father figure for her and how needed that is, showing that unconditional love, and then his guidance helps bring her on the path to redemption. All in all, Ant-Man and the Wasp is another really fun, entertaining film that's definitely worth a watch this summer. I'm Ben Davies, this is Pure Hollywood. And another fantastic news, you can now download the Rebel app and take me with you wherever you go to get exclusive content in the entire Rebel lineup.